Oh boy, you boys better strap into this one. Two-Tone Sports here has ESPN Plus, so I'm giving you some content that maybe you won't be able to see if you don't pay for it. So for that, you better subscribe because I'm giving you some free looks here, all right? We got 2023 NFL mock draft Mel Kiper's first round pick prediction. Draft daddy Mel Kiper, I kind of find him a little annoying. Not going to go there, but got to respect the guy. He's been doing it for years. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this one. ESPN Plus, Mel Kiper's mock draft. Boom. What are we starting off with here, Mel? Whoa. All right, projected trade. Houston moves up a spot. Okay, projected the Todd McShay, Matt Miller, projected Colts. Here's another trade for Chicago to consider. This involves Houston moving up just one spot. Get this quarterback of the future. Risky for the Texans to stay at 2. What do they give up? Do you tell me, Mel? Do you tell me, Mel? Damn, this is a freaking paragraph, Mel. All right. With new head coach DeMeco Ryans taking over the team that drafted him in 2006, it's clear this roster needs a ton of work. Texans own pick 2 and 12 in round 1, along with some cap. Okay, they're going to be able to add early. Davis Mills is not the guy. It's a big week for Young, who will be under the microscope at the combine. There isn't much of a history of sub 200-pound QBs having NFL success, and he could put that to the test. Closer to 190 at Alabama, probably is going to come. I'm going to say he comes in at like 197. Okay, that's what my guess is. On the field, Young doesn't have many flaws. 2021 Heisman Trophy winner has outstanding pocket presence and is an amazing processor, always a step ahead of where to go with football. If everything checks out at the combine, I think he's going to be the top player off the board, no matter the team. Mel, what did we give up here? Okay, Chicago. I don't think Texans would have to give up they're the first round pick at 12, but they have extra third round in the draft that could be appealing. Uh, I don't know what they gave up. Wow, Bears trade again. All right, if they're gonna only move up one, I'm gonna say they gave up their first and their second pick, their second round pick. They swapped first and gave a second. That's what I think happens. Projected trade, Indy makes its move, and Chicago moves down again. Very interesting. Chicago doesn't own its second round pick. Boom, boom, boom. Moving from 4 to 2, the Colts are going to have to give up the 35th overall selection along with a few more. They have an extra third rounder potentially in the 2024 draft as well. Trades for Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan over the past 2 years went way wrong. No kidding. Okay. All right. So the Bears trade the first pick. Okay. This is crazy for the Bears. Damn, Bears fans, lock in. Okay. Bears trade the first pick to move back one spot. Then the Bears trade again to move back to 4. And at this point, you stockpiled picks. You just moved twice in the top 5. Top 4, really. But that's crazy. All right, so Indianapolis Colts move up to get C.J. Stroud. Over the past 25 years, the Colts have taken 2 quarterbacks in the first round, Peyton Manning, a Hall of Famer, and Andrew Luck, who was on a Hall of Fame track before retiring. I don't blame him. All right, Stroud's accuracy and arm strength are underrated, and his touch ball to all levels of the field is the best in the class. Indianapolis would have a number 1 wideout in Pittman, top 2 running back in Taylor. I don't think the Colts are that far from contending in the AFC South. Stroud would give new coach Shane Steichen a jolt of energy to get this team back on track. I don't disagree. I think they need some offensive line help. I think they need some defensive help. Stroud's the pick here. And A-plus moves by the Bears, assuming, since we know right here Will Anderson goes to the Cardinals, I'm assuming you guys still get Jalen Carter, which is crazy. Boom. Okay. Will Anderson to the Cardinals, number 3. Forger, the former Eagles defensive coordinator, is known for his ability to scheme up pressure looks and would have a blast moving Anderson around the line of scrimmage. Anderson is a complete defender, the type of guy to build a defense around. Cardinals ranked 31st in points allowed per game last season, 26, almost 26 and a half. That's nuts. So Anderson isn't the only player that this unit needs. If I were Arizona's general manager, I'd also bring back free agent tackle Zach Allen so Anderson could have some help next to him. Again, though, this is a great way to start a new regime. Will Anderson is going to be dominant in the next level. I would like to see him put on a little bit more size, just because I think all these college guys should put on a little bit more muscle. They have the ability to. They're still young. Play a little lower. And I think Cardinals is a great fit for him, man. Who doesn't want to go out to Arizona at this point? Chicago Bears, Jalen Carter. This was obvious. Okay. Wow, nice trade coming up here. Like I wrote earlier, Chicago should be exceedingly happy in this scenario. Trading down 3 spots, adding elite defender, and valuable picks. Carter's fantastic player, a game wrecker from the interior, 310-pound frame, top-ranked prospect. In Chicago, he'd immediately upgrade this porous defense that ranked last in the league with 20 sacks. What's not to like? The other scenarios the Bears could consider, of course, is trading Justin Fields and drafting a QB. With the top pick, I just don't see general manager doing that. Even though there's some logic in starting over the rookie contract clock. Okay, they'll have to make a decision on Fields' 5th-year option after the 2023 season. I think Chicago is more likely to try to upgrade the playmakers around Field this offseason, helping its young dual threat signal caller and putting him in a better position to succeed. Okay, like I said here, boom, boom, boom. Athens Clarke County Police Department on Wednesday secured arrest warrants for Carter, stemming from his alleged involvement in a fatal crash involving a teammate, and he will be arrested for reckless driving and racing. Please, please note that news. It's not to be taken lightly. How this will affect his draft stock, that is to come. I really don't know. I don't know the legality part behind this whole thing, but that is definitely to come. Love seeing this crap here, baby. Look at the bottom of the screen. Projected trade. Carolina strikes for a QB. Tell me this is AR. K. Ooh, Will Levis. I'm telling you now, high risk, high reward on Anthony Richardson. Will Levis makes some poor decisions. I mean, yeah, he's got some high ceiling here too, but no higher ceiling than Anthony Richardson in this draft. Safer pick than Will Levis, though. I get it. You want to build your franchise on what you see, not some future bets. The reality is, we're going to know much more about Carolina's draft plans once free agency pans out in a few weeks. Do they add Derek Carr? Do they add Garoppolo or Rodgers? It's going to be desperate for one of these top QBs, which makes a trade out more likely. The Panthers' only passers under contract are 2022 third-round pick Matt Corral, who I just don't think he's got it yet. Okay, I don't. Levis isn't loved by every NFL scout, but his potential is really high. He has a cannon for an arm, even if he can be a little sloppy with the ball at times. He played in a pro-style offense for the Wildcats, did not have much elite talent around him. That's being nice. His talent sucked around him. Okay? Will he excel once he gets around a step up in talent? That's a bet a team will be willing to take. Carolina will have a chance to build around him starting this offseason if they choose to stay at 9. By the way, keeping an eye on a pass rusher. Tight end is a need too. Definitely too early in this draft class. Like the pick. I do. I really like the pick. That being said, boom, Christian Gonzalez, my number 1 corner. Love it. Wrote in January, this is a little high for the Lions to take a corner, but I've come around on the ceiling of this corner class. We could see 2 in the top 10. people I talk to in the NFL believe Gonzalez is going to test off the charts in the combine. Devon Witherspoon and Joey Porter have a chance to be the number one corner as well. The 6'2 Gonzalez has had a stellar 2022 season at Oregon. Okay, Lions will also own the 18th pick. Have to come out of this draft as a plug-and-play starter on defense. They finished 22, last in QBR allowed. Whether it's a pass rusher or a corner here, that's the direction they should go. Remember, they have an extra second-round pick from TJ Hockenson trade, which, in my eyes, that's where they get their replacement. Do not do it at 6 or 18. Do it in the second round. It's deep. Raiders, baby, what are we doing? Devon Witherspoon. Like it. Quarterback, offensive tackle, edge rusher, defensive back. Oh my. Raiders could go several ways here. They need a QB who can play right away. That's not Anthony Richardson, a project. Who is the other first-round passer in this class? They're more likely to be a player in the veteran market. I think that's 100% true. I think they're going to get Jimmy G. That's really my prediction. They need a corner. I mean, they got Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes all in that division. You're going to need a corner. No doubt. Witherspoon is coming off the lead season, allowing 3.3 yards per attempt and 0 touchdowns as a primary defender in coverage. 6'1", big frame, willing and able tackler. Very good fit for the Raiders. Big fan of it. Whoa, interesting. Will McDonald. The Falcons fans should be familiar with the pass rushing woes from 22. Just 21 sacks, second worst in the league, behind, I believe, the Chicago Bears. McDonald dominate at the Senior Bowl and has moved into top 10 consideration. McDonald, who had 34 sacks in college, including 2 seasons with more than 10. Speed rusher who flies around the edge, take down QBs, 241 pounds. He's not going to be a fit for every defense, but smart coordinators will stand him up and let him use his speed. Big fan of this. I still think Tyree Wilson is better than him. Interesting pick. I just think Tyree Wilson is just an all-around better. Whoa. I think Tyree Wilson is all-around better defensive lineman. Wowsies in my trousies, let me tell you that. Seattle, Anthony Richardson at number 9. Here's a team that can afford to take a developmental QB. Let me tell you this, okay? The kid's 6'4". He's got a cannon for an arm. His athleticism is off the charts. He's going to test out the ass at the combine. All right, I have a bet on this kid actually be the number 1 overall pick just because the value is there. And I also think he's just going to shatter the combine. I think he's going to go out to the combine and just be crazy. Okay? Got insane arm strength, like I said. Crazy mobility. Just has to become a more polished QB. Has to be a more polished QB. But let me put this in perspective. Okay, I get it. Tyree Wilson, Myles Murphy is still on the board. I get it. Anthony Richardson, massive arm, throwing to DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Noah Fant, with a decent defense behind him, assuming after the draft, and Kenneth Walker in the backfield. You have 2 athletic freaks in the backfield. You have an athletic demon in DK Metcalf, and you got Tyler Lockett, who's arguably one of the better possessive catchers in the league this past year. That offense is freaky, and Noah Fant, who doesn't get enough love. That turns your offense freaky deaky. That's crazy. Love this pick. Smart pick. Bring Geno back. Put him there, man. Let him learn. Love it. Peter Skoronski. Damn. There we go. Okay, good. 2 tackles off the board. Love this. All right, let's keep a strength for the Eagles. Right guard, a free agent. Center, Jason Kelsey, questioning retirement. Why not take the best lineman in the class? Cam Jurgens, second-round pick last year, likely would slot in Kelsey's place. Skronsky to fill a void at right guard. Some teams believe Skronsky could be a better fit at guard than tackle. I mean, no matter where he plays, he's an instant starter. I constantly say that about him. The other side of that, Roseman could target edge rusher. Brandon Graham and Quinn going to free agency. I just think this is a safer pick, especially you got to keep Jalen Hurts upright. You got to keep him healthy. Um, Safer pick. I definitely think edge and defensive line talent is deeper in this draft than offensive line. All right, with that being said, you got Tennessee Titans going Paris Johnson. Love this. Taylor Lewan out the building. Taylor Lewan was okay, blah, blah, blah. When I wrote, okay, Taylor Lewan was gone. Paris Johnson is an absolutely come in and be there. Line 2 sacks, 10 pressure as CJ Stroud's blindside protector. I mean, if he lands in Tennessee, he could play on the same line as Nicholas, whom he'd replace at left tackle for Ohio State. Third round pick last season, played right tackle for the Titans as a rookie. Let me tell you, Paris Johnson's going to go there. He's going to move people, and Derrick Henry is going to absolutely love running behind this guy. Love this freaking pick for the Texans. Tyree Wilson at 12. 6'6", 275. Tremendous physical tools. 14 sacks over the past 2 seasons. Came off a broken foot that ended his season. His combine medicals will be important. I mean, come on. Traditional 4-3 defensive end. Still needs to keep developing pass rush repertoire. But, damn, this kid's going to be polished. Love him. Great fit there at the Texans. Big fan of this. I like Anton Harrison. Okay, I like Anton Harrison, but I don't know if I like him over Broderick Jones. Okay, Jets have major issues at offensive tackle. Kai Becton is just one game over the past 2 seasons. Not good. Not good. You can't rely on him. They may have to fill both tackle spots this offseason. Luckily for New York, this is a round 1 fill to solve tackles. Harrison, 24 games left. Okay, allowing 1 sack, 7 total pressures. Could play right tackle too. Great fit for the Jets, who are probably going to go veteran in free agency. Big fan of this. Big fan of this. Anton Harrison is arguably one of the best pass rushing, pass protecting offensive tackles in this draft. Jonathan Smith and the Jigba to the Patriots don't like this. I genuinely think Brian Branch is a better pick here. I also am not the biggest fan of Jackson Smith and Jigba. Patriots have new offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien, coordinator Bill O'Brien, and could look completely different on that side of the ball. Definitely, blah, blah, blah. True number 1 wideout. Who knows how to get open? Smith and Jigba is coming off a nagging hamstring injury. 5 catches total. That's my problem. Is he available? Bill Belichick can go enjoy Porter. See, this is what I mean. Like, they can go Porter, they can go Brian Branch. I just think those are better fits. I think, corner is kind of deep in this draft too, but top tier receivers, there's a fall off, but then it's like decent in the second and third round, really. Michael Mayer consistently going to the Packers. Take one tight end for the Pack, but really we're in the dark till QB. Aaron Rodgers decides to come out of the dark, I'm going to say. You got Mercedes Lewis. You got Robert Tonyan. The Packers had 670 receiving yards, caught by a tight end a year ago, which is 25th in the league. Mayer's an all-around tight end who had 180 catches for 2,100 yards and 18 touchdowns in 3 seasons. That's crazy numbers. I'm going to put that out there. Crazy numbers. Big fan of this. Obviously dependent on Rodgers, but they could also go offensive tackle or defensive line. Hey, Myles Murphy's still on the board at 15 here. Something to watch. Like this pick for the Pack. Really like this pick, too. I think this kid's climbing up my board. This is the end of a mini run on offensive linemen, 4 projected and 7 picks from number 10 to 16. It's a solid class. Wright has the most experience of the bunch. Started 42 games, 27 at right tackle, 13 at left, 2 at right guard. That versatility is attractive to NFL teams. Very attractive to NFL teams. Commanders need an ejection of talent along the offensive line, 28th in both yards per play on offense and yards per rush last season. They could move inconsistent 21 second rounder to guard, which would free up the right tackle spot. Broderick Jones is also another right tackle to keep an eye on. Very interesting. I do like Darnell Wright. Joey Porter following his papa. Following papa. Didn't allow a single touchdown coverage. A single touchdown in coverage last season. 6'2", and quarterback just averaged 3.7 yards per attempt when he was the nearest defender in coverage. While I would like to have seen him come down with more interceptions, he had 1 in 30 college starts. He broke up 11 passes last season, so the ball skills are there. Pittsburgh is another team that likely will be hoping one of the top offensive tackles drop here. Let me tell you, I do like the Joey Porter pick. I personally think Broderick Jones is a better fit for them at this point in 17. I like Drew Sanders here. Drew Sanders. I'll be shocked if Broderick Jones doesn't go to the Bucs here. Drew Sanders or Miles Murphy. Drew Sanders, Arkansas. Okay, back to the Lions, who I projected at corner number 6. They should double dip on defense. I said this consistently about them. Their offense was fine. Their defense was eh. Putting him along on that line with Hutchinson, I like this a lot. Okay, transfer from Alabama, stuffed the stat sheets in his lone season at Arkansas. 111 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a pick. Pass rush upside means he could move around the defense and make plays. Should still be a 3-down defender like this pick. I know they needed corner, but there's Miles. God, what a draft for Seattle. Damn. All right, Tampa definitely needs some cornerback help. This is a good pick. This is something that's definitely needed. Really like this pick. Forbes is a great option to fill. Bit of a boom or bust defender. 14 interceptions over 3 seasons, but also gave a few long touchdowns. He has a smaller frame, listed 180 pounds. If he puts up a great 40-yard dash time at the combine, this is the range he'll go in April's draft. I think this kid's a lightning bolt. He'll be up there in the 40 times, but man, this is good. Miles Murphy. I mean, come on, Seattle. You guys are getting value, baby. Love the Anthony Richardson pick. It's going to go depth for that franchise. Okay, my projected trade between Carolina and Seattle gave the Seahawks some extra capital for moving down 4 spots. But this is their original pick after a surprise 9-8 season. And if they want to keep improving, they have to add young talent in their front 7. Uchenna Nwosu had 9.5 QB takedowns. They're entering the final years of their contract. Murphy had 17.5 in 3 seasons at Clemson. 6'5", 275, also strong against the run. Seattle ranked 27th in yards per carry. I mean, this is a really good pick. Really good value. Moving on to my Los Angeles Chargers. Please give me Broderick Jones here. I want Broderick Jones here. I want Quentin Johnston here. I want Lucas Van Ness. Those are my top 3. I get it. This is a Keenan Allen replacement is what this is. This is a Keenan Allen replacement. Few ill-timed injuries last season meant QB Justin Herbert was targeting DeAndre Carter and Josh Palmer as his primary receivers. Keenan Allen he's not going to be a cap casualty. The Chargers came out and said they're not cutting him, so we're skipping that. Addison had 100 catches, 1,600 yards, 17 scores at Pitt, winning the Blitnikoff Award, nation's best receiver. Transferred to USC, hampered by a unspecified injury, limiting to 59 catches, 875 yards, 8 scores. When healthy, he's a quarterback's dream. Can play in the slot, out wide, smooth route runner. I Really like this pick. Also like Broderick Jones. Also like Lucas Van Ness. Also like Brian Brees. Zay Flowers. I mean, this is a hell of a fit for him. Zay Flowers. No matter who's playing quarterback for the Ravens, I still think Lamar Jackson will return, even if it's on a franchise tag. As mentioned in January, the organization didn't get enough out of its receivers in 22. Bateman hasn't been on the field enough after he was picked in round one. Can general manager Eric DeCosta find a great pass catcher here? I like Flowers. He's disgusting. Disgusting after the catch. Once again, I said the name, Brian Brees. I'm hoping Minnesota goes corner here. Maybe like Cam Smith if he's not off the board. I can't remember. Brian Reese could be a name to watch in this. Good value. Really, really, really like Zay Flowers here for the Ravens. Yeah, Deontay Banks, this kid's going to absolutely test out in this combine. Okay? Test out. 6'2", coming off a breakout season. Lockdown wideouts. I mean, I've heard he's going to run a low 4.3 in the draft. I'm sorry, in the combine, which is going to be insane. Vikings need a cornerback desperately. Love this pick. Let this kid go, show out in the combine, and earn his bank. All right? Jacksonville Jaguars select Broderick Jones. Lucas Van Ness. Oof. Him and Trayvon Walker, that's nasty. That's nasty. 6'5", 270. A bit of a tweener, but smart defensive coordinators will use that to their advantage, moving outside and inside to let him get after QBs. He has some explosive. He has some explosion and power at the snap. Uses hands well. If the Jags went, if the Jags want to target more of a pure edge rusher, B.J. Ojulari. I mean, I still like this. I think Lucas Van Ness fits their scheme. Him and Walker together is going to be nasty. Ooh, this is a nice pick. Big arm Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. Hopefully both of them are returning. One of them is probably going to get the franchise tag. They just cut Kenny Galladay. Giants don't have a 1 or 2 wideout. They have Wan'Dale Robinson, second-round pick last year, most effective in the slot. Johnson, 6'4", tremendous after the catch, breaking tackles, running for long touchdowns. He understands how to use his frame to a high point the ball. Jones has improved every season, but he has never had a player who can make contested catches. This is a very good pick. Dalton Kincaid is going to go here to the Dallas Cowboys to replace Dalton Schultz. Let me tell you this. Quentin Johnson is going to be, for the Giants, everything that they wanted Kenny Galladay to be, and what Galladay was not. Dalton Schultz, gone. Dalton Kincaid. Dalton with Dalton replacement. Love this. 6'4", 240. Good hands. 106 patches. 106 passes, 16 scores, torch the defenses down the middle. Very, very good fit for the Cowboys. Thought about Bijan, but moved on because Bijan's going to the Bills. Really, really like this. It's going to turn that offense the next level. Really is. It's going to turn that offense the next level. Big fan of Osiris Torrance going here. Can't believe he's not off the board. Robinson's top 10 prospect based on talent. Just running backs don't go that high anymore. So, with that being said, Bills get a complete back. Robinson's stellar between the tackles and has great hands as a pass catcher. A player who can make quarterback Josh Allen's life easier. He's going to make his life easier. Really, really good pick for the Bills. Not sure if this is the biggest need, considering I think Poyer's probably going to go. I like Antonio Johnston here. I even like Osiris Torrance here. I even like an edge rusher here. Hell, if Brian Branch is still on this board, I like him here too. Whoa, little run on tight ends. Hey-o! Luke Musgrave, 28 to the Cincinnati Bengals. As I mentioned in January, Bengals 556 receiving yards for the tight end, 29th in the league. 6'6", Luke Musgrave makes sense. Knee injury ended his 22 season after 2 games, but emerging as a star. Okay? 47 career catches for the Beavers. Also expected to test extremely well. The combine, Kincaid Musgrave is battling to be the number one tight end off the board. Moving on, you got the absolute monster, 6'7", 250-pound Darnell Washington. Guess what? Saints, if you make this pick, not only do you draft a tight end, you also draft a tackle. He's that good at blocking, maybe not off the tackle status, but he's a big boy. And he'll be good enough to block out there. He's going to move people too. Love this. Love this. Okay, the question is production. Washington had 45 catches, 3 touchdowns, 3 seasons for the Bulldogs. Brock Bowers, a top 2024 prospect, put up more of the impressive numbers. I think a team will bet on Washington's talent and size. Okay, and size. So, that being said, you got 6'7", 250 out there at tight end position. I mean, size alone, he's going to move up the charts just because of that. Interesting where he clocks in here, too. All right, we got Kancey, defensive tackle, Pitt. Really like this, putting him next to Jordan Davis, rushing the passer from the interior and generally wreaking havoc on guards and center. Kancey likely is a fit only for teams that play a 4-3, but he explodes at the backfield at the snap. Gave the Eagles an offensive lineman early in round 1, and Brian Branch. I do like Brian Branch. Okay, if they want a different defensive tackle, I mean, Brian Brees is still on the board. I like Brian Brees here over Kancey. Ooh, I don't mind the pick. I like the defensive tackle pick, but I don't think he's the best off the board. Broderick Jones, a absolute freaking steal to the Kansas City Chiefs. Absolute steal for them. This is crazy. They lose both tackles this offseason. Brown and Wiley hitting free agency. I think they're more likely to get a long-term deal done with Brown. I mean, Brown's pretty good, but still. Broderick Jones started 19 games for Georgia. Mahler didn't allow a sack. Great feet. Could move to the right side for Kansas City. I mean, this is really good. They can also add Jalen Hyatt here, who can run a 4.2 second. Wow. I mean, yeah, well, Hyatt's a burner, but Broderick Jones is a bigger need. This is crazy. This is a really good pick for Kansas City, who once again gets great value later in the draft. All right, guys, so this is the draft master. Some people, like myself, call him Draft Daddy. Little turtleneck Mel here. Mel Kiper's ESPN Pluses. So, yeah. I gave you guys some free looks here, all right? Mel Kiper's first round NFL 2023 mock draft. Once again, Two Tone Sports here. Thank you guys for watching.